welcome back to Our Adventure Our Way, or welcome if you're new. I'm Chrissy and this is my garden. I'm going to bring you along today as I get some things started. It is April 13th and I want to get some things in the ground like onions, which I have seeds, and also seeds I've already started, as well as kohlrabi and a few things under frost cover, as well as we'll check in on the garlic. I can see it sprouting up a little bit in here, which is awesome. But yeah, thanks for joining me and let's get the garden started for 2024. This is one of the beds we're going to be planting in today, and as you can see, it's had a lot of settling. I don't think we topped this one up last year when we did some of the others, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and then we'll get some seeds in the ground. So I did about 3 wheelbarrows, which I think will be enough. I don't want to use all of what we have, I don't think we're going to buy any more this year. But I didn't really talk about the weather. I said the date, but it's high of 8 degrees today, and as you saw, there was snow this morning. You'll see it melt throughout the course of this video. And it's supposed to go pretty cold tonight, like 0 degrees, but it's supposed to be nice all week. So I'm confident the seeds will do fine. They're going to need this 24 hours just to hydrate. They're not necessarily going to be germinating and compromised by the cold, since they are cold weather crops to start. So we're just going to do it. These are the seedlings. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. Our onion seedlings. 200 should be here, 2 packets of 100. And it's like a sweet onion storage type. Started them, I don't remember now. I'll go check. I gotta go get my trowel, so I'll be back. Okay, so these should be able to just break apart. Onions, you can see how densely they're planted in here, but we're gonna break this apart, and they kind of have like a taproot. Oh, these should maybe have been a little wetter before I did this, but oh man, I'm gonna fold it apart. Oh yeah, it's coming apart nice, and now I can just kind of pull all these strings out and plant them. So here we go. And like, I didn't read the planting guide on this, I'm just going based on how big I know an onion's going to be. There's going to be room for these onions to grow sideways without touching. And then hopefully we're going to leave enough room when we plant them for them to go the other way, hopefully without touching. We don't know exactly how big they'll get. And we're here for the high intensity planting. So we probably wouldn't have gone with what the package said anyways. So I guess I'm planting these about 4 inches apart, let's say. Okay, so here's what they look like again, and when I'm saying they're just kind of falling apart, I just pull it, now they're all separated, and then we can plant them. so I still have a lot of onions, so I'm going to go back in here and add a whole other onion between the spacing I started off with. And we'll just do an early harvest of smaller onions and harvest every other onion. So we're thinning and harvesting at the same time, essentially. They smell amazing. I'm going to come back in here with a garden hoe and push the soil up against all these. I'm not going to fuss too much about it. Onions are planted sloppily by tractors over hundreds of thousands of hectares. They're going to do just fine. They don't need too much TLC. The other thing about planting densely is, what if some of them don't make it? And as I said, we're planting early, probably a little earlier than some onions, people would plant their onions, but I'm willing to take that risk. And we're gonna give them a little extra protection by putting them under the frost cover for this first week. While they get used to being outside, I haven't hearted them off or anything. They've just been growing inside under grow lights. So we're raking these in. I'm going to come down the side they're mostly not leaning on and just pull, and they're going to fall in place. It's working really well. There we go. So I know they got to be leaning to that one side, to the left, for this method to work. Oopsie. There we go. Oops. I think I broke that one. That's okay. This guy needs to get a little deeper. Cool. Okay, so we're going to cover these. And I have these hoops, which are not going to space across all 4 of my rows, but they will space across 2. And I'm going to go like this. And then we're going to trace our frost cloth over all 4. Like, not 4, it's 2 each, but we're going to do a bunch of rows. I don't know why I said 4. I want it pretty close together because we might get some more. Whoops, whoa, whoa. Okay. We might get some more snow. And if it's like the snow we got today, it was really slushy, so it was heavy. And it's going to want to push down on that cloth, so we want to make sure it's well supported. Of wood. So I said we were going to plant some seeds today, and we are going to plant these. It's actually a seed tape, which I've never used before. So we're gonna check that out. If you've never seen that before either, you may find this interesting. So it feels like almost like toilet paper consistency. Yep, definitely. And we've got 2 strips here. It says 5 meters altogether, so we're gonna go ahead and plant these in this open area. Tell me down in the comments if you ever used seed tape before, and do you love it or hate it? I'll be able to tell you guys later in the season. my thoughts. Supposed to be easy peasy. That's why they're advertising it. That's why you pay premium for seed tape. Oh my gosh, I'm ripping it. I'm playing with it too much. So I wanted to show you some of the other things coming up in the garden. This is our garlic bed. As you can see, there's lots of garlic coming up. I would say 80% of it is coming up, so that's fantastic. All of our chive clumps are doing great. And there's another chive clump. And this is our oregano. It's actually a variegated oregano. I'll get in close to see if you can really see that. Doesn't want to focus. Either way, it's beautiful. I gotta trim this back. Maybe we'll do that today. So you can see now, I think you can see it here, how nice and variegated it is. It's gonna get a lot more sun now. It's not as variegated on this side of the plant, and that's not uncommon for it to lose, but look at it here. It's got that beautiful pink new growth and the green and white leaves. Beautiful. And I think actually here we're gonna plant the kohlrabi on this end of the bed here that's uncovered. So I'm gonna do a little prep, rake it out. It's obviously really uneven right now. Maybe bring one wheelbarrow and then direct sow some kohlrabi. There's quite a few in here, and I've used this packet before. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, okay. We're gonna finish it off. It's an older pack. Some other things coming up in the garden are our lilies and lots of daffodils in this flower bed. We plan on moving our bees onto the stand. That's why you see that in the middle of this garden. I also have these two lavender that do really well in this one bed. I planted 4 altogether, and the other ones are questionable. They might be getting pulled out this year, but these ones did really well. This is their 3rd year. This is an example of a lavender that didn't do so well. So it was alive last year. That would have been its first gone through winter, came back, but doesn't look like it's coming back this year. But I'm gonna give it some more time. And this is the mushroom bed. We planted wine cap mushrooms here last year. I made a reel about it. I'll link that in the video. And yeah, so they'll be coming back up soon. I have half of the bag of spawn left in the freezer. So we'll give them some fresh straw and spawn. And then right here, I have parsley, which is like self-seeding, overwintering. There's obviously weeds in there too. But you can see that's definitely parsley. Let's find right here. Parsley. That's a good clump coming up right there. And lastly, one of our apple trees, the better of the two, as far as health, is this one. It's a wealthy apple. It is very much budding. That's awesome. We picked one apple off it last year. We picked a lot of blossoms off, so it didn't try to make too many apples. And we got one, so very excited about that. Second apple tree is a Liberty apple tree. This one, it had the top broken off the first year. I'll bring it in here. You can see it's not actually doing that great. Down in this area, that's where the piece broke off. Back there. But either way, it's not dead. And it appears to be budding too. And last year I also remember this one budding later than the other variety. So, yeah, but it's alive, and we wanted to keep them short either way. We don't want them too tall for the deck, but we can use the deck to pick the apples on top.